Good morning. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the WiseOne channel. I'm your Reverend. Today we get religious. This is Sunday. That doesn't make sense. But we're gonna write in our wisdom books. This is the rough draft. This is the thing we're starting out. It doesn't have to be special. It's the starting of wisdom for our family. And we were talking about last week. We were talking about wisdom and the food that we eat, and the way we take care of our body, mind, heart, and soul. So these things are important. What we eat for our body is how our body uses it. And sometimes you just want that food that your soul just needs, but it's not good for you. And we still do it, like across the globe. I find it rare for somebody to not eat something because, well, their body just doesn't like it. Hi. Do you have your headset? Oh, that is cute though. That's up there on the table next to the bookshelf with fireplace. You're having the hardest time. So, taking care of, I've been working on the last week or so. I've been working on the body, the movement, which we made. I've been exercising more. Now that the weather is good, you exercise with what you can. Not everybody has mobility. People have hypermobility. Okay, so wisdom, the body, mobility. We look at way we moved. Movement.
So what's wrong with myself?
I would go up and go get you your headset.
I want to be sideways with
You what?
I don't want to be sideways.
You don't want to be sideways.
You can lay with your back.
I don't want to.
Well, I need to be able to make the video. And you want to watch your video. And that creator, they don't like their stuff, their sound bits and all that taken without credit. I have no idea who that is or where that sound bit came from. And this is a live stream, so I can't just pause it. Finn? These do show up in the video. I found out the hard way. I went back and watched some stuff, and these do show up in the video. So you do need your earbuds. Now, if it didn't matter, if it didn't show up in the video, I would not care.
I'm trying to pause it.
I mean, we all enjoy the music. It's really good music. I'm just hoping that the creator can get the credit for it. And that's the hardest part. Because I can't, Uh-huh. What were you? No, I mean. You gonna look at pictures? Oh, those are. Huh. Ah, guys. Tell you what. Did you guys want to go upstairs? Cuddle so you guys could be comfortable. I don't want you to not be comfortable in here while I'm trying to work.
Why are your buttons not working?
Oh, okay. Get you guys cuddle. Alright. Aso need la gastorio. Trying to think about where I could have a studio at. I don't know. But anyways, movement. Exercise, movement. Exercise doesn't have to be that tedious cardio stuff. If it feels good and you like doing it and you're able to do it and there's nothing wrong with doing it, don't hurt somebody to do it, and go ahead and do it. Like, enjoy the cardio. Apparently the body just requires moving instead of being like seated in one place. So a lot of times we just need to keep moving to keep alive and keep things done, take care of things. I was watching something about hypermobility, and I'm like, oh, it sounds like for the joints. Yeah, the joints have issues. The muscles have to. So I'm not saying that you have to spend a whole bunch of money, but I spent all my birthday money getting a pass to a entertainment place where you can move around and down. I did not go into a gym and an exercise place because that's just torture for me. Like I'm gonna have to more of the like somewhere where I don't want to go, and it's cool that all that equipment is there, but it feels like it just takes up useless space to me. That's somebody else's happy playground. Yeah, I want someplace where I can take the kids and enjoy being alive and just moving and being happy and being free and just get it out of playtime because we need that in our soul. And as much as our emotions need to bond with each other through physical play, and it's probably different for us neurospicy. So that does is that opens up the brain. And when it opens up the brain and it opens up and we take care of ourselves, it opens up the fires. The way we're designed, it's like we understand what's for us and what's not for us. And that intuition that we have inside, that great divine that we have in ourselves, helps us talk to great power, the great divine that is a higher power than ourselves, great divine that is our connection to each other. Because I don't want to lose the connection with my family, with the people that I love and the people that I interact with, that connection, the divinity in that connection between living souls, living beings, living creations on this planet, that we have the solidarity of being from the same planet, which, in this generation and in this existence. I don't know about the jellyfish, how old they are, and whether or not they came from some other planet. No, that's a little bit of humor that I injected there. But we share this commonality, this whole planet, this whole us, this great Mother Earth is ours together. And we share that. And we share this destiny that we're on this planet, or there are some that live on the space stations, but were born on this planet. I don't know anybody born on space stations yet. I haven't seen those articles. So I haven't seen any existence of those articles. So I don't know what childbirth is and zero gravity and all that. Yeah, that would be epic. But the fact that we have this and we move around and we're moving on this planet. I mean, the planet is moving, rotating, and it's going around the star system. And the star is going around in the Milky Way. So it's pretty epic. It's our existence, the planet's existence moves, and our existence on the planet is a movement, and it's worth celebrating. And when we exercise and we do our movement with our kids, with our families, with our loved ones, with other people in the community, I just love the fact that there has been research about people who used to do coordinated dance moves and moved in sync with each other, still talked to each other into their late adulthood. It bonds us, this movement thing. So when you're watching your kid, and their sports thing, and they're the only ones doing it with all their other teammates, know that they're growing with their teammates and they're growing that connection with the people in their team, people in the other games, and we move. And then when you come home and you take 10, 15 minutes, if not a couple hours, to just play ball together, just stop the middle of the dishes, which for an ADHD person probably means the dishes are never getting done. But play ball, play movie, Blueberries, you do your thing, you go and you have movement with each other, you exercise, you fire the brain circuits with each other. That's part of this great divinity plan. Imagine what people did long before civilization, moving together as one, like a tribe, like a herd of, along with the food that they followed, along with, the whole Mother Earth. They just kept on walking, from one continent to another till the Ice Age happened. Or when the Ice Age happened and there was I wish I had a visual cue. But it's so very human and so very like us to move. So let's not lose that if we don't have to. So staying in movement like a flowing river, a current of air from clear across anywhere in the world. Air moves. So the air from one continent all the way here, we share this air with each other. We share this bond, this through time, through space, and moving. That's why it feels so good when you move right. You move like you're supposed to, and you breathe with your movements. It takes you on a trip. And you get it all going, and you get the mind body regulated through movement. So I've been working on that. I've been trying to figure out my pace because my kids' pace is different than my pace. They have not sat for a very long time. They don't sit. They are bouncing. They are turning around in their seats. They, are upside down on the couch. They are kicking. They are wiggling. They are bouncing, running, being human beings. And play makes it so much easier. But finding that passion in that movement connects you with your great divinity, connects your divinity to your great divinity, that connects you with other people and other, say, animals or plants or, fungi, because apparently that's a whole third kind of jingle. Or marine, go swimming, marine biology. Oh my gosh. All these things, all this connection, build connections in your life. That looks like chive. So, I would love some chive. I would also love to plant my lemongrass too. Hopefully. It would be nice. Just thinking I might need a raised bed. So gardening is a great movement. Going from one place to the other, doing this kind of movement is special. Being able to get up and move and keep doing and keep going. So I remember watching, I don't know if it was History Channel or YouTube, but just the guy who does traveling. He went out to these blue cities. I guess they're called like blue cities, blue haired, whatever. But the oldest oldest human beings of the world live in these blue cities, and that's why they're called blue cities. And they're like over 100 years old. There's even some that are like 120. They barely live up to 120. So they're living up to 120. And one of their secrets, besides connection with each other, is that, that they have friends and family and they socialize, is that they have them when they're living, is that they are still moving. There's this old lady, who's 100 and something, and she's still gardening. She's still planting food for her family. She's still, when she gets up back into the house. She just kind of flunks in the chair. I don't blame her. She's way over 100. And then there's the 120-year-olds. I believe it was in one of the Japanese islands. I'm hoping that's where that is. You can check that. Please do check that and comment. And they live and they stay moving, where they do their exercises together in the park, and they do all this kind of movement, and they're walking around and they're still mobile. Okay, so when I was a kid, thinking anybody that wasn't 20 was in an old folk home and a wheelchair, couldn't read, couldn't see, couldn't hear, couldn't barely eat their food. And that is not true. Yeah, so like when my kid had school and the teacher was all like, "Oh yeah, when you're 100 years old, what are you going to, what's life going to be like?" Because it's like 100 days of school or whatever. And I'm like, so I showed my kid these videos of this 100-year-old lady who's sitting there doing graffiti on a train. Who's still painting, who's still doing something, or still, like those California ladies. I don't think they're 100, but the ones that are rollerblading down in Santa Monica, stretch with the boardwalk. Yeah, and the pier. Yeah, Santa Monica Pier. So this movement is part of what we're designed. It just keeps us going, and it fires like an engine that needs to full throttle, needs just every once in a while, needs cleaned up, needs to keep moving parts, and to just keep mobile is so important. And religiously, keep active, keep moving, if this were, so this is a great part of our religion, is when we are able to stay active, to move with each other, to move for ourselves, to move with the earth, and to move. It's a gift. As much as a cuss, because sometimes I'm sitting there going, "Oh, God, oh, gosh." yeah, no, out of bed, because I'm old. But yeah, that mobility, that stretching, some people say don't overstretch, but with hypermobility, I don't think there is no overstretching. I just think there's building muscle, stretch of muscle building, like yoga, Pilates, and things like that, that keep you mobile. It isn't a cure, but oh my gosh, it helps with the hypermobility to build that muscle back up. These strands are just playing. So I keep doing muscle building exercises when and where I can, even if it's just in bed, even if you're bedridden, even if like depression gets me for the day, like getting up and down for the bathroom. Sometimes I just sit there doing leg exercises in bed. Like everything hurts, but I know that if I don't stretch out that Charlie horse, I'm never gonna be able to move my leg again. But yeah, it's like this flow. It's my wisdom that I have for your children, for the people that follow the Great Divide, is stay active with each other, and stay active with our Earth, with our Mother Earth, because that is its own divinity. You get that spark in there, and it seems to cause those wonderful sparks in our brain, those wonderful endorphins. Get endorphins when we do it right. Look for the endorphins. Don't do it till you hurt yourself. Do it in the way that you get endorphins. Do it for the endorphins. And who you have those endorphins with. If you noticed, food doesn't taste as good, or food is not as delicious as it is with the company you're with. That's sort of like the endorphins that you get while you're by yourself. If you're a person who is designed to be by themselves because they're an introvert and they're neurospicy, and they have better experiences in solidarity, having movement by yourself is very important. I mean, solidarity movement is very important. But if you're neurospicy or even neurotypical, movement with each other is very important. But sometimes we used to go walks after lunch or after dinner and things like that, and move in the nice, good weather. Even if you can move in your house because the weather outside is not quality to get out. Air quality is bad or something. So yeah, having that movement, having that spark of life that is a great divine, tickle through your brain. It's important. And to have respect for each other people's endorphins, the pursuit for happiness, have respect for if they need solidarity, or solidarity. Solitaire. Solidarity is two people together going, yeah, we can solitaire. And, solitaire is just themselves. So the respect for each other's divinity. It's very important. I should probably let you guys go. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Love you. Love you. Until next we meet, have a good one.